Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're going to tear down a franchise pitch from a company called SRS Roofing. What's so interesting about them? Well, they're trying to build a super modern, systems-driven business in an industry that's, pretty old school.
All right, let's get right into it. And like a lot of really great business ideas, this one didn't start with some brilliant new invention. Nope, it started with a problem, a really common, really annoying problem. I mean, you know the feeling, right? Your roof starts leaking, you panic, you start calling every local roofer you can find, and what do you get? Crickets, radio silence, or maybe you get that classic, "Yeah, I'll call you back," and they just never do. It's that kind of frustration that hits you right when you're most desperate for help.
And that exact experience, that's the entire origin story for this company. The founder, Dan, went through this himself. He had this aha moment where he realized the market didn't need more roofers. It needed better roofing companies, ones that were professional and actually answered the phone. He figured out the problem wasn't the craft, it was the business, or lack thereof.
And wow, they grew fast. It all started back in 2023 when Dan teamed up with Tate, the guy with the deep commercial roofing experience. Then, just a couple years down the road, they brought in Jacob, a marketing and systems whiz. And that hire, that was the real game changer. It's what allowed them to take their local solution and start thinking bigger. I'm talking national franchise bigger.
So what was their big solution to this whole unresponsive contractor problem? Let's break down exactly what they built.
And their mission statement tells you pretty much everything you need to know. This isn't just about hammering shingles. Their whole goal, what they state right up front, is to help roofing owners build real wealth, to turn their business from just being a job into a true financial asset.
And this is absolutely crucial to understand. Their big innovation isn't some new kind of roofing material or a secret installation method, not at all. Think of it more like a business in a box. The actual product they're selling to franchisees is the system, the operations, the tech, the whole customer service playbook. Okay, so let's pop the hood on that business in a box. What's actually inside? If you sign on the dotted line, what do you really get?
Well, for starters, it kicks off with some pretty intense training. We're talking about 44 hours right out of the gate. This is where they drill you on their proven model, get you comfortable with all the tech, and basically teach you the A to Z of how to run your business the SRS way.
And here's the thing, that support isn't just a one-and-done deal. It's not like they train you and then throw you to the wolves. No, it's this continuous loop. It goes from that initial training to daily live stream sessions, monthly coaching, quarterly calls, all the way up to a big annual conference. It's a constant partnership.
They've really broken down the support into two main stages. First, there's the pre-opening phase. They're with you every step of the way, finding a location, getting your marketing ready, even hiring your first crew. Then, once you're up and running, it's all about post-opening. The conversation shifts to coaching you on profitability, streamlining your operations, and, eventually, how to grow and scale up. Okay, now this is where things get really cool, especially on the tech side. They have this thing called command agents. Basically, it's an AI-powered 24/7 virtual assistant that handles all your incoming calls, texts, and website chats. Think about that. It directly solves that original problem of the roofer who never calls back, and it slashes a huge overhead cost for the new owner. It's brilliant.
All right, so we've seen the system and the support. That all sounds great, but does the math work out? Let's get into the numbers and see what the business opportunity really looks like.
First things first, the market itself is just massive. We're talking about a $56 billion industry in the US alone as of 2023. So this is not some small niche play. You've got constant demand from new houses being built, old roofs needing replacement, and of course the big one, storm damage.
So, the big question, what does it cost to get in the door? The initial investment is somewhere between $65,000 and $155,000. And they position this as a low-investment franchise, which, when you think about it, compared to something like a fast food chain that can cost you $1 million or more, it really is. Now, if you're thinking about getting financing, like an SBA loan, they have some pretty clear requirements. You're going to need at least $65,000 in liquid cash, a credit score of 700 plus, and a clean slate when it comes to bankruptcies for the past 10 years. Now, here is a huge difference from how most franchises operate. See, typically, a franchise takes a cut of your sales, a royalty percentage. So the more money you make, the bigger their check is. But SRS does it differently. They charge a flat monthly fee, and that's a massive selling point, right? It gives owners predictability, and it means the main office's success is tied to your actual success, not just how much revenue you're bringing in.
So we've got the system, we've got the numbers, but who is this actually for? Who is the ideal person to run one of these franchises? Let's take a look at what they're looking for.
And what's super interesting is what's missing from this list. You see it? No roofing experience required. They're not looking for roofers. They're looking for business people. People with great communication skills, who know how to build and lead a team, and who have that growth-oriented mindset. Their whole philosophy seems to be, we can teach you roofing. You need to already know how to run a business.
And hey, don't just take my word for it. The pitch includes this quote from one of their current franchisees, and it really nails all the points we've been talking about. They mention the outstanding support from corporate, and then circle right back to that key idea, that SRS is all about helping you build a real wealth, not just giving you a job. So let's zoom out for a second as we wrap this up. What we're seeing with SRS is a company applying a really modern, tech-heavy, system-based franchise model to roofing. And it makes you wonder, right? Could this exact same blueprint, this focus on systems, on continuous support, on a fair fee structure, could this be the answer for other trades? I mean, think about plumbing, electrical work, HVAC. Could this model fix those industries too? It's a really interesting question to think about. Thanks for tuning in.